Maybe the new maps, but not the new patch.
Oh, yeah, it was right around there. I don't know if it was out yet. No, you're right. The patch was out because we were looking at like Raven Energy and stuff.
Right. You are
Yeah,
correct
yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
Okay, never mind. So the second one on the new patch.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more fleshed out, though. We had IEM, and all these players in this cup were there, I want to say. So, let's just see how these guys are looking. In the top right, we have got Ryung. First time in a Freak of World.
Welcome, Ryung. We're happy to see ya. And in the bottom left, we got our dude. It is herO. One of the better Protoss players on Earth right now. Ryung's going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, I think he is the best Protoss right now.
Okay.
Who's better?
I kind of feel like there's like some Protoss that are just kind of in about the same range of skill at the moment.
I don't think so.
But you're right. He's number 3 on a Legiolac. Max Pax is 6, but I don't know that Max Pax is quite at hero's level.
No,
Legiolac
he's
rankings
not.
are... That's interesting. I didn't realize Max Pax was that high right now. Way to go, kid.
Let me make sure. Yeah, we've swapped over the scene, so that's all good. There we go.
That's always good.
Just making sure. We even had audio as we started, so that's a good start.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so...
the marine opening here from Ryung. No
Yeah.
Reaper.
Yeah, the map altitude. He's got 2 SCVs going after this probe, so he wants to go for an expansion behind this. And herO himself is actually going for the more cautious build, Cybercore before Nexus. It almost makes you want to say aggressive, but it's not inherently aggressive going for this. Then again, it is herO, so we'll have to see how it's going to develop, whether he's going to go for some early gateway units or not.
Yeah, I really feel like herO's got some plans here. He's not going to let Ryung get up to 3 bases without anything happening to him, whether it's maybe some Phoenix harassing, maybe it's an Adept and a Stalker moving out, or just an Adept scouting. We'll have to see. Factory coming up from Ryung. He didn't let that go too long without a factory because that is how it is in PvT. You can't just go straight Marine Marauder unless you're going for a timing attack.
Yeah, and... we could potentially see a timing attack here from Ryung. It's one of the little tells in Starcraft. He doesn't build his factory right next to his racks, which makes you think that he's going to be making something like a tech lab on that factory right away, or a tank or something.
Okay, so you're saying he's hiding it.
Kind of, yeah. He's just not going for the reactor on it. So it's like no Hellions or anything like that, which usually means like siege tank or something, and with an extra racks going up, we'll see. Yeah, I think we are going to be seeing some early aggression coming out of Ryung, potentially. Either that, or he's trying to play in a sense that he can sort of intercept whatever potential aggression herO goes for. That probe gets found, it gets killed, the Adept gets pushed away, forced out the shade there.
Yeah, had to shade far away. Does see, obviously the base is done, and there's 2 SCVs. Other than that, no information gotten by that Adept. Blink on the way, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe Blink Stalker all-in off of 2 bases?
I'm not sure about an all-in. Probably just a 3rd base, it looks like here. A Robo on the way, just 1 extra gate.
Warp Prism.
Yeah, it's going to be a while off, though.
Is he chronoing? He's not chronoing Blink, so he's not trying to hit a crazy timing here. Cyclone out, obviously, to do with Oracles and hallucinated Phoenixes, as we saw get caught there.
Yeah, I think herO's just playing safe based off what he scouted for. Ryung is going for a more aggressive Terran play, it seems, with the 2 racks, the stim already on the way. So herO is delaying his 3rd base. I think if he saw more standard Terran play, or more passive Terran play, he'd absolutely have his 3rd up by now.
Yeah, but he's a little bit worried about Ryung is up to or planning his own shenanigans. Let's up the Raider. Zerg are happiest with the patch after there was a Terran versus Terran final in the World Championship at Kato. I don't know about that.
That's bait right there.
I guess? I don't know. Like, the talk about the Zerg Cabal when the patch came out, everyone's like, it's super Zerg favored, and then Katowice was like, is it? Is it really?
Yeah, that was actually a very surprising ending to Katowice.
I mean, not the fact that Oliveira won the thing, which, holy crap, dude. Time comes out, and he changes his name and immediately wins a world championship. That's insane. But that was a TvT final. Nobody predicted a TvT final.
No.
Nobody.
No.
You could have said, I'll give you $1 million if it's, you know, if you're right about being a TvT final. If you're wrong, it's $10. And people will be like, I don't know, man. I kind of want that $10.
Yeah.
It was so rare.
Yeah, because particularly like Maru, you'd expect to make it.
Sure.
If any Terran's going to make it there, but then Time
Yeah.
or Oliveira, like you'd think like, okay, maybe Cure would make it.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe Cure. He's a GSL champion.
Or maybe
entirely possible.
Maybe Big Gabe by some miracle or something, but
yeah, I wouldn't really bet on Big Gabe.
You wouldn't expect it. That's how far we're going with it.
Right.
As far as the build goes this game, we have extended Thermal Lance on the way here for herO. He is really just sticking to those 2 bases, going incredibly safe. He's just got his 3rd up on the way now. This is a great read by herO. He's just containing Ryung. Playing
drop coming down the left side too.
Yeah, this is just pure Marines for Ryung, and there's going to be a Colossus out.
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, Colossus, Extended Thermal Lance is pretty far away. I don't think that's being Chrono Boost either, although...
Yeah, there's no way he can unload this, though. herO's going to see it coming on in. He scans. He's
coming in.
Just out of view. There we go. He sees it. He's like, all right.
Yeah. Never mind.
Rightfully so. I think... Sorry, go on.
No, it's Rest Up Mock in chat says that Zerg players complaining that the new problem is surviving to the end game against Terran, which I find interesting. Anywho, Probe says, okay, army coming across. We got Cyclones. We got Marines out here. We got an army value of 64 to 45 in favor of Ryung. And then Ryung's like, never mind.
Yeah, I think herO's played this pretty much perfectly. He saw the amount of aggression that Ryung was building up to, and he says, okay, I'm going to go for a little bit more safety here. And then just delays this Nexus a little bit, starts building up a strong backbone in his army off these Colossus, and it basically says Ryung cannot attack on into him. Colossus, shield battery, no Vikings, Ryung probably would not break this. And so herO has macroed this to a perfect tune, I think.
Yeah, delays the 3rd base, gets what he needs to stay alive, and then gets that 3rd base up. His macro is fantastic here. Ryung's got a 3rd base he's going to land now, but he's behind in economy. I mean, even with mules, Ryung's not keeping up here.
Yeah, it's not like he's leagues behind or anything like that, but this is just not a position you want to be against versus herO, I don't think.
Nope, not feeling good.
Yeah, like, some Terrans, I think, or against some Protoss, I think, would be okay in this position, but there's going to be a lot of pressure on Ryung to get something done with these ghosts that he's producing, but herO's already anticipating this. He's making disruptors. He's probably going to be having some counter-harassment planned whenever the opportunity arises, potentially some zealots, we'll see. Yeah, Ryung is under a lot of pressure here, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to make an attack happen.
Nope. Guess what? 3 Colossus are out. The magic number has arrived. We got 3 Colossus. We got an Immortal. Got a bunch of Stalkers here. A couple of Sentries. Widow Mines out in the front. Colossus can pick those off pretty easily. Viking count is 4. So they can pick away at these Colossus if you want to come up here. A little bit dangerous. herO recognizes, I don't know. I want to go up there.
Oh, good EMP hits all the Sentries. herO actually just recalls and he loses the Colossus. Wow.
Oh, that EMP was sick. And then the snap on the Colossus during the recall was amazing too. Ryung really needed that.
Yeah, he
nailed
did.
it.
That is great. Look at that, though. herO already planning his Zealot counterattack. A little bit preemptive there. Ryung hadn't quite moved out yet, but he very well could move out in a second here. And, I mean, it's not going to be easy for Ryung to attack on in, but he's got to try.
Yeah, I like it. He's got the ghosts. I mean, they've got a bigger EMP radius than basic EMP used to be in the previous patch. This is all you're going to get. So no use waiting for an enhanced shockwave upgrade. Let's just go now. Let's toss down some EMPs. Let's stand in there. Viking's going to try to focus down the Colossus. Shield battery overcharge is up. Ryung doesn't want to go up the ramp. He's going to march down here. This could just be a Maru-style kind of attack at this ramp forever against a Protoss-style play. Ryung seems to be hanging around.
Okay, Zealot counterattack by herO once again. He knows how to play PvT, goes for that. Ryung, though, anticipating that a little bit. However, Ryung's not able to push up. That shield battery timing was perfect from herO. We also saw, just before that engagement, herO sniped off one of the Vikings, keeping his Colossus nice and safe, reducing that count. And yeah, the game is going to continue on.
Yeah, this is one of the more macro PvTs I've seen in a while. Usually these games are over by like the 10-minute mark, but These guys are working. What's up, Phoenix of War? How's it going?
Hey
up the
there,
right.
Phoenix.
Yeah, herO attacking up the right side here, at least poking. I mean, that Zealot run by, it's great against Terran, but it's also amazing against Zerg. Like, if you're not Zealot run buying as a Protoss, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, you pretty much warping some Zealots and shift queue them for the most part. It's very, very effective harassment.
They're just so tanky, and they hit so hard, and they get there so fast. It's just, if you're not doing it, even if it doesn't get any damage done, it just puts fear of more run-bys into your enemy and messes with them psychologically. So, definitely make it happen if you're a Protoss player. Dark Shrine coming in from herO. Okay.
Ryung accidentally building a Reaper, funnily enough. We see herO attacking up this ramp. Knowing that Ryung's army's split, he's going for it. He's going to lose a couple of his disruptors in that attack. So
that was terrible control.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He just like wanders 3 disruptors right up to the front line and they die.
This is a very risky situation here for herO. I mean, he wants to take a good fight. He's down to 2 disruptors in this army, though. He's up to 4 Colossus, which is no small number. But this is still pretty scary. Ryung's got the upgrade advantage. He's on his way to 2-2. However, Ryung cannot fight with just a portion of his army, and that's exactly what's happening right now. The majority of his army. Coming down that ramp, and needs a big disruptor shot.
But another disruptor goes down. Kind of a lackluster shot there. herO is not getting as much value out of these disruptors as he wants to do. Shadow Stride's on the way from herO.
Yeah, he did get that one big shot, however.
That's true. There was a nice big one there, but he's also like 4 disruptors. I'm not sure the trades are good enough.
There we go.
Not 2 ghosts. 2 ghosts died. That sucks.
So many
Zealot
Zealots.
run by at the 3rd base, but enough army to shove that away. Attack up to the 12 o'clock, but the 4th base is continuing. Planetary Fortress being repaired. The Planetary is going to go down. Too many Stalkers.
Not being repaired enough. Ryung hasn't been splitting his army appropriately, but he's going to try and take the opportunity to go for a big fight. He needs more disruptor connections, though. Picks off one of them. He's just diving in on this army.
4. That is 9 disruptors that have died, and all these Colossus are going to die too. herO, your big ticket items are toast. What the heck?
Oh my gosh, what an
engagement. All he's got left is a disruptor and 8 Stalkers and a couple Zealots.
That was a total trade out by herO, which usually benefits the Terran. He's got a Chrono Boost out some more disruptors. He's got 2-3 out right now. He's warping in the DTs as well, which is also a beautiful call. Moving out with the Stalkers, looking for some value, but against the 2-2 bio, they're not going to have too much success, but there's some Zealots warping in. They'll really bolster his army.
Zealots at the 3rd base of Ryung, still getting work done. A couple more SCVs die. They're just so hard to kill. And Ryung's like, you're trying to expand? Seriously? So he could have forced a cancel there if he target fired the Nexus, but instead he went after a pylon, which I guess he got a cancel anyway. Never mind. That was an unnecessary cancel by herO.
I think it was, yeah.
herO's a little sloppy here in game 1. Maybe he just woke up.
All Ryung's mules not back to work there.
No, okay, they're both sloppy. Maybe they both woke up.
That's a lot of lost money. Ryung floats over his main base, but of course that's not going to be a planetary like the previous base that fell. And then he's going to have to contend with all manners of harassment. herO lost his army, but as time goes on, he's rebuilding. I think it's going to be looking pretty good for him.
It's so tough as DTs are blinking around in here. Get EMP'd and sniped. It's just so tough to lose every one of your Colossus and all of your disruptors and be okay, but herO's just that good. Just walks up this ramp, Stalker, Disruptor, no Colossus this time. Dodge every one of these disruptor shots, he says. Actually, doesn't send any out there.
There's 5 disruptors in total. He's moving up towards that 4th base. That could certainly die here if herO targets it down. And Ryung isn't actually diving on top of that. He's just going for a counterattack with a portion of his army. That is an interesting play there, but I'm not sure it's the right one. herO's got a beefy defense here.
And recall. So, no. Well, I mean, he forced a recall, but so what? I don't think that mattered.
Yeah, I think that's almost just checkmate from herO.
Yeah, I mean, army value is about the same, but herO's economy is so much bigger right now. Again, even with mules, right? I mean, we're looking at... Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough spot here for our guy, Ryung. More disruptors getting produced all the time. Marines, Marauders. Obviously going to be the bulk of the army here. Trying to get some medevacs down this right side. No, this army gets intercepted by Charge Lock, Colossus, Disruptor. The trade-outs here are just not going well for Ryung. Stutter stepping against this many Zealots is super hard. You're taking swipes from Colossus a lot of the time. Reinforcements do come in and make this whole thing easier, but then from the right side here comes herO. EMP gets tossed down on the Stalkers. Easy to kill them, but 4 Colossus and Disruptors! Army value 65 to 48. Ryung is just getting picked apart right here.
The Marauders and Ghosts are doing what they can, and he may get 1 or 2 of the Colossus here, but he just doesn't have the juice to replace this entire army.
He doesn't have the bank at all. herO sitting here on 2,500 minerals, and that's your GG. herO takes game number 1.
GG.
Woo! That was a good PvT. Great back and forth. But herO just played that early game well enough. Didn't overextend economically. Didn't go for an early attack that wasn't probably going to do much. Just took his 3rd base at a good time. Got a 4th base up. Teched up. And then he had the economy to replace everything that died. And there was a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that died there. So many Colossus. So many Disruptors. But he was just like, get those back. And yeah, at that final battle, he had 4 more Colossus, 4 or 5 more Disruptors, and he was good to go.
Yeah, it gives me hope for the series, though, as Ryung did show quite a good game there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He played very well. I liked his expansion timing. He just couldn't quite take down any of the bases of his Protoss opponent, and he lost that 4th base a couple times. So that's just going to be tough. We're on Royal Blood for game number 2 here. Looks like both players are ready to go. We're going to hop into that match. Thanks, everybody, for using the Matcherino link up top. Again, all you got to do is go to the link, matcherino.com, with the whole URL there. Log in with your Twitter account, your Blizzard account, your Facebook account, your Apple account, whatever you got. There's like 15 different options. And just click claim code. You can throw free money at these players, not out of your pocket, not out of our pockets. Just free money to thank them for being here. And thanks everyone who's done that so far. Thanks Mitsuo for most recently using the claim code button and giving them some money.
All right, here we are in the bottom left. He showed us a good game against here. I mean, I think 1 or 2 better moves, and he could have potentially had one up on that Protoss. It's Ryung.
And in the top right of Royal Blood, it is herO. Only the best Protoss on Earth today. He's doing all right.
Okay, Royal Blood. Probe
Big
scope
map.
From herO.
Yeah, and I mean, look, if you're a Protoss and you're not probe scouting, what are you doing with your life? There are just certain things that Protoss need to do. And harassing this poor SCV building the barracks, you're getting scouting information, you're slowing down the construction of that barracks, you're forcing another SCV to come off the line to deal with you. Super frustrating. At your level that you're playing at today on ladder, you can probably screw up an entire build of your enemy Terran by doing this. Probably your enemy will forget to build his factory after all this.
I feel so called out.
It's not just, I'm telling you, it's not just you.
It's very true. It's one of those things. It's less input for more output.
Yeah, totally. And at the lower you go on the Starcraft ladder, the more important that stuff is.
Yeah, now the probe scope for herO is very important, as he is the favorite player, and if you're the favorite player, you can play a more cautious game and still come out ahead. So the probe scout, totally worth it for him. Ryung is going for a Reaper behind this, though, so he will be going for his own scout. He skipped this in the previous game. I do like the fact that he's going for this.
No, me too. I think the Reaper is skipped far too often these days in PvT, just because it's hard to get any probe kills against a good Protoss these days. They'll have an Adept, they'll have a Stalker, they'll shut you down. But for scouting purposes and for just keeping this scouting probe on your side of the map away, I think a Reaper is totally worth it. I really don't see why so many Terrans completely forego it in this matchup. Yeah, so now the probe can't hang out. So herO's completely blind on this side of the map, which he's not happy about.
Now, we do see a bunker from Ryung, which I love, by the way, just nestled right up to this command center. He knows who his opponent is, so big gold star to Ryung for going for that. And then he's just trying to scout out with that Reaper. Doesn't find anything yet, but he can always dive in later. hero's going for a Twilight Council, most likely Blink. The question is, how much greed is he going to be going for? He's still just on the one gateway, so there's potential for a very quick third or a Dark Shrine. It could go either way.
Totally. You know what we saw twice at Katowice, at least? There's your Blink, by the way. We saw Resonating Glaive Adept with Phoenix against Terran. What?
It never goes away. It's been,
I guess not.
It's been 8 years since Legacy of the Void came out.
And since they nerfed that strategy into the ground, but I think it was Zaun did it against Hero Marine?
Oh, okay. I didn't catch all of Katowice.
Me neither, but I ended up casting that game for my channel, and I was like, what year is it? What is going on? He just comes in with a Resonating Glaive Adepts, lifts the tanks with his Phoenix, everything goes fine, and I'm like, what? This should not work. Hey, John Solo is here today. What's up? $25 donation to the player pool. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, a $50 donation from Phoenix of War and a $25 donation from John Solo. That is nuts. You guys are the best.
Oh, yeah. Top fans here for sure. And they obviously did the claim code too at Match Reno. So every little bit helps. Every little bit makes these players happy to play at the Africa World events. And they'll say yes next time we ask them. So appreciate your guys' support on that.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for tuning into these events. Every time we do one of them, it's always a blast.
And always look forward to these.
Can I just fan over Ryung's wall here? I love how defensive he's being against hero. This is what I want to see.
No, absolutely. That wall, Zealots can't get through that thing. They're going to get funneled around that right side, which they hate. It's basically like playing against a Zerg player, kind of, except without a hard wall. This is more of a soft, shunt them down a certain pathway kind of a play. It's more what we see in Brood War, actually. This is how you wall up against Zerg in Brood War. Is just kind of like a supply depot wall thing. Anyway, Adept comes in, doesn't finish the shade, sees a siege tank, sees the wall, says, okay, pressure, I don't know. Gonna send this pressure down anyway, though. Charge is on the way. Stalker is wandering down as well. 4 more gateways getting thrown up.
Yeah, and when you say like Zerg, there isn't a Protoss that plays more like Zerg than hero does.
Agreed. He's very fluid, very mobile, very all over the map. Not letting you rest anywhere. No death ball from him. He's going to be everywhere at once.
Yeah, a lot of gateways on the way. He's getting up a couple shield batteries, so going for a nice mix of potential aggression and defense. It's a very fine line, and he does a good job walking it. So we'll see if Ryung is going to get punished here at all by hero's sudden use of charge, sudden use of blink, whether he'll be caught out or not. I do like Ryung's tank positioning, but he's got to be very careful with the way that he moves out.
I like the siege tank play here. Just getting huge shots off on stalkers from 8 miles away always feels good. Phoenix of War says Reapers are a bit harder to use in the early game.
Yeah, it is. They are difficult to use, but they're one of the fundamentals you need to learn as Terran.
Totally. But I mean, use it against Zerg. And then use those skills against Protoss.
Yeah, I don't think anything changed with the Reapers in the latest patch.
No, I don't either. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what Phoenix is referring to in particular about the early game being harder for them.
Yeah, maybe the general meta or whatever but yeah. Reapers, usually worth it if you go for one. Ryung is going to be going up against a Dark Shrine in the future. Hero's committing to that before going for some more aggression. Ryung's moving out, though. He's got this attack with the 2 medivacs moving towards the front. He's got his general army moving down the center. He's got to be careful, though, not to lose any of these siege tanks to the Stalkers. He sets up an excellent flank on those Stalkers after they use their blink. He's going to catch all but 2. Dang, that was a great move by Ryung. He played hero like a fiddle there.
Those Zealots down to the south, they certainly are. Charge lots, man. Good unit. Third base has to lift. Third base of heroes okay, but Ryung making a bit of a move across the map here. And what is there to defend?
Yeah, he killed a massive amount of the units. Like, those Stalkers are a good chunk herO's DPS at this point in the game. WilmingA's taking out the Zealots. WilmingA's don't care about shield battery overcharge. No. This bio kiting back against all these Zealots. He can always load up into the Medivacs too. Once again, really useful that there's less Blink Stalkers to contend with. He does have to get on out though, and he loses a full Medivac. That's a bummer.
I would have gone in the main there. You got reinforcements at the front. Force herO to split his units and have a bad time. And herO defending, man. So many charge lots. No splash damage at all here. But he says it's the 8-minute mark. It's okay, Falcon. I can do it.
Yeah, he loses all of his Zealots, though, so that's reset again. That Immortal's got to be very careful. He's losing Stalkers. Ryung's going to target the Immortal. He picks it off. More Widowmines are going to burrow just in time for the new Zealot Warp. I'm going to pick off some of those.
Great split. That one Zealot off to take that Widowmine hit instead of more of them there. It is 59 to 34 army supply. Medivacs are a lot of that supply, though, and they don't do any damage is the problem here. So there's not a ton of Marines and Marauders on the ground. Warp Prism heading down south. Might try to get some counter pressure up on Ryung, get him off the front doorstep of herO here, and it does seem to work.
Yeah,
at least for now. DTs have arrived.
That Prism is seen. Are the DTs identified, though? It doesn't look like it. Ryung's reacting. He sees herO going towards his main, but then there's DTs going towards his third. He just dropped a ton of mules from the looks of it.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no. Oh,
he's got one
no.
scan. Where's he going to use it?
He's trying to get missile turret. Doesn't happen at the natural base. Third base not even trying to get a missile turret up. Finally, there's a scan. One DT gets picked off. The other one inside the main base having a fine time. The one at the third base does get scanned and picked off. But there's 3 separate DTs here. 10 SCVs have died. No! Why did he scan the third base again?
This is just so brutal for the Terran as, like, herO, he killed 13 workers. He totally took all pressure off him for a solid minute at least.
And he burned 3 scans.
Yeah,
those should be mules.
This is disastrous for Ryung. Like, all momentum that Ryung had in this game is now gone. herO's going to have a 4th base up in about 10 seconds here. Okay, herO's going to be going on in. Not one to dilly-dally. He's got a ton of Zealots warping on in. There's a lot of Widowmines, though. He's going to think twice about committing on in there. A lot more DTs are heading towards that third base, though.
But staying out of the Liberator circle as well as they can.
Oh my gosh.
Taking some shots anyway, but that's 10 more SCVs down immediately. Instant death on those poor SCVs. All the DTs died too, but man, it's 46 to 74 worker advantage for the Protoss player right now. Great EMPs.
Oh,
Zealots
that was
get wiped
great.
out. Oh, the Immortals aren't really the concern. The Stalkers escaping are a big deal. 74 to 31 army supply. Ryung looking good. Another DT sneaking into the third base. Still going after more of those juicy, delicious SCVs.
That Liberator needs to be repositioned a little bit. There we have it.
That's the spot. That's what you wanted the whole time. Ryung says, I don't have time to go back home to deal with all of those Dark Templar. Let's get up that ramp and let's go.
He really doesn't, but yeah, he could potentially make a big move happen here. He's got a good chunk of bio. He's whittling down those Zealots. That battery overcharge isn't going to last forever. He's killing all the Zealots here. And the battery overcharge was nerfed in that latest patch, so that's definitely coming through a little bit. The 4th base is going to be hit. Robo's unpowered. 4th base Nexus potentially going down. Ryung is finally getting some damage here.
Yeah, he finally kills a full mining base for the first time today. That's awesome. DT says, burn another scan. There it is. No more mules for you. Those probes evacuated down to the right side and escaped. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Zealots trying to come in here. Not enough Zealots. Army value. That's a GG.
Yeah, herO overplayed his hand a little bit here. He was doing a lot of finesse with the DTs, but Ryung was able to just go for a good enough push, and I don't see herO staying alive here.
Nah, 76 to 21 army supply. Terran armies camped out on your front doorstep. I know herO's number 3 in the world right now, but nope. Immortal died. Warp Prism died. Shield Battery died. GG. Ryung ties it up. That was great. Raider called it. He's like, man, I sure hope Ryung ties the series up and makes this interesting, and he sure did. That was awesome. Dude, his economy at the end of the game was not good. But you know what you don't need to win a game of StarCraft? Economy. All you got to do is make the other player quit, and that's exactly what happened.
That is one of the win conditions, yeah. Well done. Well done indeed by Ryung. Sometimes Protoss players playing that style will overcommit, and herO himself isn't even immune to it.
Nope. definitely not. And that shield battery nerf, as you mentioned, big. I actually forgot about that. So it heals less shields and for a shorter amount of time than it used to. So, I mean, it used to be a pop a shield battery overcharge and the army attacking you kind of has to back off. But that's not the case anymore, as we saw at that attack at the third base. So, Mitsuo says, Turtle Race OP, please nerf. That's true, though, Aki. That's all you got to do is make the other person quit. They can have a 200 supply army, and you can have a 0 supply army, and if they quit, you still win.
All you got to do is go unplug their computer, and you win.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how you make them quit. What a great game number 2, Ryung.
Oh, yeah.
I knew he had it in him. And now, in the top right, we have got herO in this jungle-looking map.
In the bottom left, it's our guy, Ryung, on Ancient Cistern.
Cistern's like a thing that holds water, right?
It is. Water containment device from the olden times. Actually, I think there might be modern cisterns, but I don't know for sure. I'm casting Starcraft. My brain cells are all being used on this right now. It's usually how it works.
Probe being a jerk.
As usual. Again, that jerkiness dates back to 1998. It is... Probe attacking SCV building barracks is the oldest thing in StarCraft, I swear.
Rezop Monk saying, don't say anything about the probe. Too late.
Probe sent immediately. Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't up to anything nefarious. I mean, you want to do that because you're messing with the SCV building the barracks. I don't know that probe leaving the base timing really means anything in this matchup. It could be a proxy, sure. But it also could just be this. Man, what game did I catch? Classic proxied Maru with Tempests at Katowice.
Ooh.
Holy crap, that was a fun game.
I did not get to watch enough of Katowice, unfortunately.
I know, me neither. But I'm casting a bunch and it's fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this poor SCV.
He's fine.
I mean, not emotionally, he's not.
No, and no one's ever going to heal him either. Sorry, guy. Maybe if a medevac is like in the neighborhood, it'll heal you up. But no one's taking the time to repair you, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning into Afrika World 100. We've been doing these for 5-ish years now or so, which is quite a stint.
Absolutely. Time has no meaning. I'm not going to help you with that. Nope. I don't know how long it's been.
But yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in and supporting these. Hitting up that Matcherino is awesome for the players. I'm sure they really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Adept on the way for herO, followed up by yet another Adept. So going for 3 Adepts. That is different from the previous games. Is he going to be going for something with like resonating glaives, or is he just trying to save gas for something else and go for a quick third? Guess it's the very quick third, 3-minute third. How about that?
Nice.
How do you guys keep getting the players to join? I basically just go, psst, you want to play some StarCraft? Win some money? In all seriousness, though, with like the Matcherino and everything, I think it does help being able to message the players and be like, how do you like to play in a $200 plus cup? Not just a $200 cup.
That's
so yeah,
true.
Thanks so much to everyone for using up that coupon code. Make sure you go do that. Afrika World 1 was March 12th, 2017, so we are coming up on 5 years.
Awesome stuff. Raven on the way. Okay, so the Raven change is the most interesting to me in this patch because it builds faster and it's cheaper, but everything costs more energy. And like damage was nerfed.
Yeah, it's
on the auto turret. So like, why? I don't get it.
I don't know, man. I think the building faster is good. Like, there's never gonna be like a game-winning Raven timing that Terrans default to. So it is a nice little add on that.
Definitely.
It was Mana, Beastie, QT, Soul, and Bly. I remember that.
Oh, that's a time.
Soul, Beastie QT won the first one, I think, or was it Soul? It's one of the two. I think it was Soul.
Yeah, she's got it up. What's up, Aki? Who won that one? And there's no covert reactor anymore either, Phoenix. You're right. I even forgot about that part. Crazy.
Oh.
What's going on?
Okay, two pylons. A pylon battery going up for here. He's spamming down batteries. He's playing very interestingly. He's got a forge, so he's going to be going for his +1. He's getting blink, but he went for all those adepts first. He's just going for a very safe economic build.
Soul won. Beastie QT came in second. Does Beastie still do Starcraft?
No.
I didn't think so. All right, so let's go Cyclone Marine Raven Tank. Why not? That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Adept is literally on fire. Run!
Against mass gateway units, it's definitely not a bad thing to go for the Raven.
Nope.
Is that an Artosalope or whatever it's called?
Mm-hmm. There's Artosalopes and Tastalopes on this map. And I'm pretty sure they're programmed to avoid combat. See how it's running away from those stalkers?
Yeah.
It's consistent behavior from the critter. I'm pretty sure they're told not to get close to attacking units. Anyway. Kind of fun.
Okay, Ryung going for a third. On location as the Terran. I like this, actually. Seems like a good read on what herO's doing. herO is teching up, getting a lot of gateway units and stuff, but he went for a very macro build too, so he's kind of countering it. Oh, the poor tank. Oh dear. Ryung gonna try and catch the stalkers. herO wisely recalls, not having a repeat of the previous game, which arguably was the move that won Ryung that match.
True, true. Army value 64 to 56 in favor of Ryung here. Handful of stalkers can harass, but they cannot stand against that by any stretch of the imagination. Ryung moving up, and there is an army moving in behind him down here of just stalkers. So that third base, very exposed.
Very, very exposed, and not a lot of units in position to help save this. There's a mine, some marauders. There was a mine. There was a marauder. Those are all going down. The bunker saves a little bit of time. Ryung's just going for it, and he very well may get a win here. Widowmine's going to hit those zealots. Hits the sentries, actually. Beautifully done. herO going for a fourth base. Incredibly greedy. The stalkers are causing chaos inside Ryung's main base, though. He's had to pull the boys to help out with this. A couple more marauders pop out. This should potentially push herO out, and if all these gateways are getting unpowered, this could be game. There's a lot of stalkers warping in. There's a full energy Raven, though. Are we going to see some turrets or anything like that? Gateways are now unpowered. Anti-armor missile dodged by the stalkers. But there's a turret. There's a second one. Stalkers are going down, and this is a lot of damage on both sides.
56 to 32 armor supply, though, where it's all stalkers for the Protoss player against Marine Marauder Medevac does not bode well for herO here. His main base has taken tons of damage. He's repelled the attack at his own side of the map here. He doesn't have enough to stop this. There's no way.
He's got an immortal.
Yeah.
Mortal but dead. The battery's unpowered, so.
Yeah, that's it. That's your GG. Holy crap, Ryung takes a 2-1 lead after going down 1-0. herO finds himself way on the back foot here. Terran, you guys. Terran's pretty good now. Oh my gosh.
You think it was the Raven change that won him that game there?
No, I do not.
Okay, more units coming across for Ryung. herO is still on 4 bases, so recovery is an option. It's 2 base against 4, so herO is not out of this yet.
Yeah,
he can wipe out his stalkers till the cows come home.
Shield battery overcharge is popped there. Widowmine down. Can't extend too far. Oh, does extend too far. Takes a hit. Oh, He didn't dodge that.
He blinks. Medivacs are microing the Marauders. It's a trade out for Ryung, but he does have to get out of there with his units. That 4th base is still alive for herO. He's making 4 probes at a time.
Holy crap, did I call that too early? It's 41 to 11 army supply, though. This should not work for herO. I know he has 4 bases.
I mean, any amount of time that he buys is huge for him.
Yes, Ryung cannot just sit here and be like, all right, I did damage. You need to go end it now, sir.
Mm-hmm. He really, really does. And with the batteries at the 3rd, that's not where he needs to push in. He needs to kill that 4th base. He was so close to killing it, too. Oh, that observer for herO knows exactly what Ryung is doing, too. That is... Oh, gosh, don't lose this game, Ryung. You had it.
Ryung. Okay, okay. 66 to 28 army supply. Still no splash damage from herO. I know stalkers are good, but that observer is just like, I'm just going to keep an eye on this.
It's not just stalkers, they're herO stalkers. That's what makes it extra scary. No zealots in sight though, actually. It's sentries and stalkers. The bios charged on in, focusing down some stalkers, some sentries. The force fields are comical. Locking this army down. Ryung trades out, but gets pushed back. herO's buying time. He's up to 53 workers on 4 bases.
Poking in on that 3rd base of Ryung, too, just a little bit. Couple zealots. Can't really afford to send too many that way.
Building it.
Oh, my. That's even better than a poke. Okay. Dude, herO, you are a monster.
Yeah, of course
Truly.
He just sends the zealots back in Ryung. What did you expect to happen?
Yeah, you didn't find them. Oh, boy. All right, here goes Ryung up the right side.
Yeah, he needs to win soon.
Liberators joining the party. Force fields, a big deal here in a land with no splash damage at all. Winnow Mine connecting on nothing there, I think. Sentry at the front does get focused down, so no more force fields possible. Liberator shows up. Circles of Doom being placed down. Shield battery overcharge is popped. 3rd base kind of happening.
herO's going for it. He blinks on forward. Widow Mines are burrowed. That was a big blink forward into all the Marauders. So the buffer's gone. The battery overcharge is popped. Ryung gets on top of the Immortals. It's just the few stalkers that this could be it.
I mean, it was over like 3 minutes ago, but now is it really over?
I mean, I think herO is a little bit overzealous with that fight there. He could have dragged this out a little bit longer from that position, I think. But
yeah, attacking without the shield batteries at all was a weird choice, man. You didn't have to go in there.
Okay. I'm glad that Ryung was able to close this one out.
Yeah, it would have been a heartbreaker if he dropped this. Ryung gets the game, goes up 2-1. I feel like I said this already, and I did. All right.
He was sweating after that one, man.
He really was. It would have felt a lot better for him if he killed that 4th base when he was right in the neighborhood. I mean, it's like, come on. You brought it down to like 10% health. Just finish it off, but he didn't, and then had to sweat it out. So that was amazing. So, like, Terran patch? This is a Terran patch now?
Yeah, it's comical, though. Like, what really... I mean, I guess the battery change was a big one for TvP.
Yeah, I still don't know what's wrong with TVZ. I'm trying to figure that out.
No. I think it's just that players changed up their style and the maps, probably more so.
Yeah.
I want to say.
It's just the map pool, I guess.
Because, like, what really... Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. There needs to be an interview with like Rainer or herO or someone who's like, what changed in ZVT? Like, why is this harder for you guys now? What happened?
Did they lose in ZVT though? Let's see.
Oliveira beat Rainer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was close though, right?
It was, but again, Oliveira is not supposed to be anywhere near Rainer's skill level in StarCraft.
Yeah, herO lost to Ragnarok, which I think was the surprising thing there.
Yeah, but that's ZVZ, and herO ZVZ is garbage right now. And then he dropped so many maps.
Then Maru just stomped Ragnarok. It's like, yeah. I didn't see those games, but that sounds about right to me.
Yep. No, that's classic herO. Over the last few years in the World Championship, he does this thing where he loses to an inferior Zerg, and then that inferior Zerg gets murdered the next round. It's like, neat. herO, come on, man. I don't know what his deal with ZVZ is at all. I don't understand it. It bothers me. He's got to figure it out.
Okay, in the top left, He's the unsurprising leader here, or the surprising leader. It's Ryung.
Honestly awesome. Bottom right of Gresven, it's herO. John Solo says Ghost starting energy change. So it's Ghosts in ZVT just being more effective earlier that's doing it?
No, that's TvP, definitely. But that wasn't really a problem for good Terrans. So, yeah, TVZ is the thing that's the confusing part. I think it was probably partly the bracket that won that game for time. Or that won Oliveira the tournament.
Okay.
Because, like, herO getting taken out by Ragnarok, like...
Yeah, but he beat Raynor!
Yeah, but would he have beaten...
That's as good!
Would he have beaten herO too?
He beat Raynor and Maru. You know what? I think that's good enough. I think that's as good a bracket as you're ever going to have to do to win a world championship.
To him.
Yeah.
But, I say no discrediting to him, but then at the same time, I'm like, he was almost knocked out in the group stage, so...
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. People drop maps in the group stage. I don't know, man.
He definitely played a very good tournament, whether he's like a God mode player, for example, like after herO won his first big tournament, it seemed like he was invincible.
Uh-huh.
We'll see whether that's going to be the case with Oliveira or not.
Well, that's the question, right? We've had these foreigners that have won massive tournaments. Scarlet, Neeb, herO, obviously, Raynor, obviously. So is this more of a herO-Raynor thing where they maintain their excellence over the next few years? Or is it more of a Scarlet-Neeb situation where Oliveira never makes it back anywhere near to this height, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's what's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely so. And
it's so crazy to me that Blizzard shuts down the China servers.
Yeah.
And then he changes his name, and then he wins a world championship? It's like, what? How is this the series of events?
I really do think that, like, call me out on this if I'm wrong, but I think it is the style for Zergs definitely allowed herO and Raynor to have dominance for so long.
Okay.
Their defensive style. Like, once you get good at stopping all the attacks of Zerg, like, that's easier to replicate than however, say, Time won or Oliveira won. I think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's the thing, right? Zerg was... Ooh, Adept gets in.
Ooh, yes,
and
indeed.
Finishes the Shade. Okay. So Zerg was designed to be defensive, right? Queens, creep, the speed bonus on creep. Like, a lot of how it was designed was for defense, but Zergs were so used to being aggressive from Brood War that they didn't do that in Starcraft 2, as the Adept recalls out. So then herO comes along and says, okay, I'm going to do what Blizzard wants us to do, and figures its defensive style out. It's incredibly hard, though. Like, you can't just say, well, once you get good at defending every single attack from a Terran player for 12 minutes, like, you're going to be fine. That is so hard to do.
It's very hard to do, yes. And a lot of other Zergs tried it. Like,
yeah, like, a Laser talked about trying to figure it out and working really hard at it, and I don't think he ever got there. No. It's hard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway. So I don't know. I don't know if that's changed necessarily. I still think Zerg has that style to fall back on.
My point here is that it's more likely than say Time is going to be knocked out in like a best of 3 or a best of 5 after winning a world championship than say like herO or something. Because I think it's easier to say cheese out Terrans in a sense than a Zerg who won their tournament off the back of defensive style.
Just really incredibly solid macro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either. I really don't. I think the new patch is new. It's not settled yet. Maybe there are some things Terrans are doing. Maybe you said it's the maps that are problematic here, and as soon as the players figure out better timings on the maps, better attack angles, what Terrans are doing, where they're putting their tanks, that kind of stuff, then they're going to be okay.
Cyclone just murdered 4 probes.
I know. Well,
5.
By itself. Who sends a Cyclone across the map by itself? Ryung does. That's who.
Yeah, the StarCraft meta does seem to be really exciting right now, though, which is good.
It is. Yeah, for sure. But it's going to settle, and I don't know. I'd be surprised if Terran isn't in such a dominant position in 6 months.
Mm-hmm. When it settles. I fully agree.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see, though. Maybe they are. Maybe they figured it out. Maybe there's just a couple things in this patch. The good thing is, though, I'm always worried when a new patch comes out and then there's a Premier Tournament immediately after that there's some massive imbalance that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that stood out at all that way. Not even close to me.
No.
I haven't heard any complaints. There's nobody making riots on Reddit about this thing needs to change. So
yeah, and I honestly didn't catch enough of like IEM to comment, or even on the new patch to comment like wholly on it. Yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see how the meta is going to develop.
Absolutely, I'm excited to see what happens here.
I wonder what the next Premier Tournament's going to be.
Oh, Wikipedia has that information.
Maybe a Home Story Cup or something? Because
no, Home Story Cup. We just had one. There is nothing. Holy crap. There's a 2023 Wuhan Offline Cup in China.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't think any non-Chinese players are involved in. I don't know. Wait. Dun, 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 dun.
I know that there is the DreamHack in June in Sweden, because I'm like, maybe I could go to that.
That'd be cool.
Not this year.
There's a Passion Craft.
That's
organized by
online,
Mr. L.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at what's coming up, I guess. But you're right. As far as Premier Tournaments, I don't think there's anything officially ready to go here. Huh. Yeah, that's a foreigner event anyway.
herO's attacking on in. Ryung's kind of out on the map, wildly out of position, but herO doesn't even have a warp prism with this attack. He's got a gateway there, but he's not going to reinforce this easily.
Nope. The 9 SAVs die, but I don't see how this army of heroes escapes with its life. Oh, blinking. That's a nice blink angle, but then all the stalkers die anyway because Ryung was ready for it. Well done. I don't know. 18 SCVs have died. That kind of really sucks. Mules can make up for a certain amount of that. Ryung's got the bigger army, but not by a whole ton right now.
Yeah, his army does look pretty darn good, though.
Yeah, I mean, Marine Marauder, Medevac, Widowmine, like, name a more eternal combination in StarCraft, you know?
Oh, the gateway, though. Like, oh my gosh, it's just Zealot Warpins for days.
So frustrating. And he doesn't see this one either.
No, he's probably going to have to... He's either got to turn around or go across the map and win. I think he's got to go across the map and win, because defending this, by the time he gets there, a lot of his SCVs are going to be dead.
Yeah, pretty good hold on that ramp, though. Good positioning. Ryung needs to go. Ooh, you know what? 8 SCVs down and all those Zealots died. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's 27 to 62 workers, though. He's got to get something done.
He does. It's a familiar position. This is where he was. Where's the splash damage
The way
again?
Bio
What's going
scales,
on?
he very well could get something done here.
Why is herO giving up on splash damage? He won game 1 with all of the splash. And he's just like, we don't need that anymore.
This is just the third for herO. He doesn't have a fourth base to fall back on, so keeping this alive is pretty important. One Widowmine's going to go off. Those Zealots are getting melted. Bioscale's a lot better than Protoss here. There's going to be an EMP that can go down as well. There's a big hit. The Zealots are just getting whittled down. Yeah, this is bioscaling better than what the Protoss has. Great Prism Micro by herO. He's going to warp in more units, and the Bio is starting to wear thin. There's no way that herO can micro this, right? But I think he has.
The Immortal War Prism Micro was sick.
Yeah.
And Ryung said, I don't have the economy to keep up with this. That was, man, a lesser Protoss just straight up loses there. But his micro was perfect, just good enough to hold. And then he'd done enough economic damage on the other side that Ryung tapped out. That's amazing.
That was incredible.
Woo. So he does force a game 5 here, which is always very fun in the StarCraft and the Afrika world. Excited to see what's going to come out here. Again, herO just completely foregoing splash damage is confusing to me, but it worked in the last game. Zealot run-bys, man. Good unit.
Yeah, that Bio just got whittled down by all the Stalkers and the Immortals, I guess, and well done.
Yeah, and I felt like Ryung was doing great. Like the Widowmine hits are bruising up the Zealots. They're melting. They're kind of coming in, trickling in one at a time. He's killing Stalkers. He almost focused on an Immortal, but then it gets picked up and dropped back.
Yeah, he didn't dilly-dally at all either. He pretty much got right on in there, and then turns out he lost, so...
That was amazing. Like, that was truly impressive stuff. So we're game 5ing it here on Dragon Scales, another one of the new maps in the new map pool. And you know what? I think Ryung's acquitted himself really well here. I did not expect this to go to a game 5 by any stretch of the imagination. But you know what? Terrans are looking okay right now.
Yeah, I think herO will prevail here. But Ryung has shown us a fantastic series. And we know who it is. It's herO in the blue.
We sure do. And we know this guy too. His name is Ryung. He's wearing red.
Yeah, win or lose, Ryung has done a great job in his first Afrika World.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely acquitted himself perfectly. Yeah, and then our other best of 5 matchup here is going to be a Solar and Beyond, which is going to be absolutely killer.
Yeah.
I am so hyped for that one. Beyond's ranked number 4 in Eligulac right now, and Solar is 8.
Oh, he's a machine.
He's been a machine for the last 6 months. Kind of disappointing at Katowice because he was playing so well, but man, he's terrifying. I was worried he'd never get back to where he was pre-military, but he's managed it. He's done it in a way I was worried he wouldn't.
Yeah, Andy got through all of his wrist pain and everything too. So
yeah,
it was looking for a time there that that was going to be the end of Beyond, but I don't know what he got done, but he is good again. And he still plays in a bajillion online cups.
Well, nothing too crazy in this game.
No.
I mean, that proxy gate in the last game was pretty interesting. That's one of the more aggressive things we've seen here today.
Yeah, it's not like it was like a cheese proxy, though. It was just a very well-placed gateway to use throughout that game for herO.
Phoenix Devore in chat says, Terrans are good at 2 things, making liquor and killing aliens. John Solo says 3 things, also drinking liquor. Suppose that's true if the Starcraft 2 campaign is any indication.
I do wish we'd get another Starcraft installment, whether it be like a stealth like Nova game or whatever.
Agreed, but Activision Blizzard has no interest in the Starcraft IP, so that's not happening.
Which is insane.
It is. They can't monetize it to the extent they can Call of Duty or Candy Crush, so maybe if the Microsoft acquisition happens, Microsoft has more interest in RTS in general. But that seems to be blocked by European and American courts right now, so who knows what the future of Starcraft is.
Yeah.
We'll be here for it, whatever it is. Okay, so we're back to Phoenix. I haven't seen Phoenix since game 1 here from herO. Great for scouting, great for harassing, great for pickups and killing SCVs and picking up Marauders sometimes. The Adepts finished their Shade, so good luck, Adepts. Wait,
1 Adept
hold
for
on.
2 Marines? Okay.
Not great.
Oh yeah, if Microsoft does buy Blizzard, I think they're going to put out like 1 trillion games.
Yeah. But Activision, just not in the cards there.
Okay. Good defense by Ryung so far. herO, yeah. Phoenix and Adepts. Probably a 3rd coming up soon. Unless he's going to go for an Immortal prior to that. Yeah, an Immortal.
And yeah, Resso, definitely a lot of Blizzard's talent went to Frost Giant, and I always forget the name of the other company.
Dreamhaven?
Dreamhaven, thank you. I always want to say like Riverdale for some reason. Dreamhaven.
Yeah. I don't know if Dreamhaven's working on an RTS, though.
No. They're not. But yeah, as far as RTS goes, definitely Frost Giant. They've got a game coming.
Yeah, I'm not excited for Frost Giant at all.
I'm not hyped for it, but if it comes out and it's awesome, I'll be excited.
Yeah,
like,
if
that'll
it's
be
good,
nice.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is the next RTS and everything.
Not before it comes out. Definitely not.
No, like the Starcraft IP had such a big part in how popular it was and everything, and like the Starcraft universe is so good and everything. Like Stormgate, I think, yeah, it'll probably be a good game. It'll probably get a lot of love and everything, but whether it's unique enough or interesting enough to play for long, it's like, if I really wanted to play another RTS, like as much as I like Starcraft, I'd probably just go with Age of Empires, because that's got its own unique scene.
Yeah, definitely does. And I mean, what's made StarCraft so great is what made Blizzard so great for so long is the polish, and it's the balance. Like, no other RTS is balanced as well as StarCraft has over the years.
No.
And no other RTS is polished like this. It's just not.
No, absolutely not. Like, even at times that StarCraft's been horrible with like Stormhost and stuff, the game was balanced within like a 0.1 of a percentile. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of our other RTSs have really struggled with, is getting the balance that good.
And pacing for RTS is a big thing too. Like Age of Empires, sometimes the games will be like 40 minutes, and I know that's the case for a lot of other RTS. Like Grey Goo was one that was coming out for a time, and it's like the games were just so slow.
Yeah, or the opposite problem. They're too fast. Every game's over in 4 minutes, and it's like, what are we doing here? So yeah, for StarCraft to be a game where you can get those 4-minute games, you can get the 40-minute games, but everything kind of falls along a pretty nice median.
Yeah,
around 15 to 20.
That's a really good point. Phoenix of War, we can never replace StarCraft. The biggest reason is how smooth the gameplay is. Like, yeah, like how often are you playing StarCraft and there's a bug?
Right.
Never. The lag is almost non-existent for the most part, just the way that the netcode is. It's very darn good.
It is from a different time. It's from when Blizzard had incredible talent, being managed well, executing at a high level consistently. That Blizzard is dead, but this is one of the remnants of that one.
Really, my only complaint with StarCraft was like how long it took them to implement things like skins. They never really fully implemented in-game tournaments or progression as well as they could have.
Yeah. But again, Blizzard's from a different era. They're not from the microtransaction era. They're from the put out a great game, charge $60 for it, and sell 8 million copies. Anyway, we are all over the place here. We got 2 Colossus, not the 3. Some Phoenix trying to lift there as well, but the Siege Tank Marine Marauder a little bit too scary, and herO does have to back off.
Yeah, no tanks dying there. herO was committing quite a bit to an attack. He's just finished up his Twilight Council, so no charge, no blink, unlike the other games. It's pretty much all on the Colossus and Phoenix here.
Oh, attack up into the natural base for Ryung. I guess those are... Okay, there you go. Phoenix picking up reinforcements, killing Marines with ease. Whittling down. Oh, free Viking. The Vikings are needed to kill the Colossus. Stop it. We need those. Ooh, lands. Oh, back in the air with you. And then murders it. That was awesome.
That only works so well.
I mean, how often do you see a Viking in land formation in the air, right? Doesn't happen very often.
I think that's one of my favorite fun facts of StarCraft. If you land a Viking, put it in a medivac with an SCV on auto repair, it repairs the Viking.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, what else is he going to do in there? Might as well do some work. Ghost Academy on the way from Ryung, no real surprise. Again, ghosts are really good in the current patch.
Oh yeah, the ghosts are going to be actually huge here. The Phoenix dive on, that means that hero's got to be going on in. A disruptor gets picked off before it gets its big connection off.
What is that disruptor doing? That disruptor is not dead, and it should be.
SCVs are being pulled a little bit late. 2 Vikings working away on that Colossus. That may be just enough for herO. Or for Ryung. Now there's 4. That's actually a big deal here. Pushing those Colossus back, as that is everything there for Ryung. Zealots are being warped on in. The Vikings turned away, though. 2 Colossus left. 14 SCVs dead. Ryung hanging on.
More Phoenix being produced, more Disruptors coming in here too. The anti-air to keep these Colossus alive is not super great. It's like 4 Stalkers, which is just kind of, and I guess the Phoenix too. But army value is 69 to 56 now in favor of Ryung, but his third base isn't happening. And the third base of herO is churning along, no problem.
Yeah, he's got 1-1 though, so he's got an upgrade lead. He's got the Viking count. There's no Phoenix to contend these Vikings at all, so these Colossus do not stand a chance, I don't think.
Not looking like it. That shield battery's got almost no energy on it, so falling back to that's not going to be super useful. Templar Archives on the way. On the follow-up here. We could see some Psionic Storm for the first time. Wouldn't be too bad.
I'd love to see Storm, however, Ryung does already have that Ghost Academy up, so not too big of a concern for the Terran, I don't think. What should herO do here? That's a very good question.
A little forward placement gets taken out here by Ryung, murdering it real nice. Do Archons have any place in this matchup anymore? With the way EMP is right now,
I don't think so.
I don't either. Used to see them all the time in the last patch, but I don't know if it makes any sense to make them now against a Terran player.
No.
I'd be shocked if we saw any in this game. Ow. Friendly fire. Friendly fire.
Okay, Ryung is building up supply. He's going to have Ghosts, Tanks, Mass Vikings, and Liberators. He's going to have a nasty push. He can move out towards herO, and he's still going to have a 1-1 upgrade advantage.
Can't say no to an upgrade advantage in Starcraft.
The only thing I think that Ryung needs to look out for here is Zealot counterattacks.
Which, hey look, a Zealot counterattack. Huh. And it's not even like you can just leave behind like a couple lurkers and kind of handle it like Zerg can.
No. That's one of the honest-to-God hardest parts of playing Terran.
Yeah. Not even a bunker is enough to really shut it down most of the time.
No, because they kill the Zealot so slowly. Oh my gosh, holy disruptors, Batman.
First one got a hit. Second through 4 didn't really do much there. Liberators up, under attack at the base. Storms are good! Holy Storms blanketing that army. Vikings on the right side fighting against the Phoenix. The Colossus are kind of stuck a little bit. Not all of them are firing up. It's 167 army supply. Ryung is up, but we've seen herO do some magic in similar situations and hold, so he's got some time to breathe. Disruptor's going to send some Novas in against these tanks. Wiping out 2 of the 3 tanks there. Nice dodge there with a Marine, sniping down a Disruptor too. The army value is not as big of a problem here. Ryung go diving back in. Oh, Disruptors. Oh, there is an Archon. What up, dude? I guess making an Archon after your High Templar have used all their energy is still going to be a viable use case in this matchup, but don't expect them to get a lot done, I guess. Once again, I don't think you have to march into this with your Stalkers, dude. There's a Siege Tank and Liberators there. I love the little attacks on the right side there. Like, we can kill the Nexus by ourselves. Go in! Here comes herO!
Okay, Ryung pulled back perfectly, preempting this attack. So herO 8 tank shots, 8 Liberator shots before going on in. Ryung splits the bio, keeps most of it alive. There's 2 Colossus still alive. A battery overcharge is used once again, but that battery does get picked off.
That was a big Nova hit there. Kind of hard to see under all those medevacs, but I don't know if Ryung is making good trades. He's got a 4th base coming up, which is awesome. A lot of his dudes are injured. He does need to hold back for a minute and heal up with these medevacs, but the medevac energy isn't super hot either. A Void Ray on the way. That's an interesting choice for this matchup.
Yeah, it is. Maybe that was a misclick. Who knows? He's making a Phoenix after it, so I don't know.
It's like how Zergs make a single Swarm host at like minute 32, and you're like, yeah, that was a mistake.
That happens so often too. It's hilarious.
It really does. All right, so Ryung falls back, and herO stabilizes again, magically.
Now, will herO overcommit into Ryung? That's the question.
That has been a problem this series. Is the overcommitting on the other side of the map and kind of losing that way. Okay, rocks destroyed, bigger attack path available into this third base. And poke in, get out. Liberators in the mix, Vikings in the mix. Doesn't like what he sees there. Ryung brings the rest of his army in to defend this position, and that's a 5th base coming up the right side for herO as well. So yeah, and this is a game 5, right? Winner go home. Or winner continue, loser go home. So we generally do see more passive play in game 5s and 5-game series than games 1 through 4, and that's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, 2-2 finishing up for Ryung is real good for him. Gonna have an upgrade advantage for the foreseeable future. That being said, disruptors don't care about upgrades. 5th base going up for herO. Yeah, like you said, the player's playing a bit more passive this game. Big attack towards the bottom left side. The High Templar just moving out of position. Can there be an EMP? Not in time to dodge that Psy Storm. Another Psy Storm goes down, so the bio really getting softened up, but that Nexus very well still could go down. A recall is used. It goes down, but the bio could very well be punished here.
Yeah, they're retreating full on here. A lot of those dudes in orange and yellow health, not where you want to be. Right side attack tend to come in. Not a ton of it, but that pylon looks pretty juicy for depowering. I guess EMPing the shield battery does the same thing. And this base has to have to be evacuated, but herO sharking up this left side. Doesn't really want to commit to it, and this Nexus is going to go down.
Yeah, that's a classic 1-2 punch by Ryung. herO getting caught off guard there when he probably shouldn't have been. Yeah, great move by Ryung. All of a sudden, herO's on 3 bases. As long as he doesn't get counterattacked and killed, which is probably why he's flying this bio towards the main to buy time, he should be fine.
Yeah, it's a little bit dicey. It doesn't manage to unload in the main base. Even with the Phoenix here, kind of lifting and killing, he gets a small group in. Actually depowers the Cyber Core where that +1 air weapons upgrade is coming in. That's some funny stuff.
herO's got, or Ryung, pardon me, has got his 3-3 on the way. About 50 seconds out, he's got his own 5th base done, all the while herO can't even afford to replace both his Nexus. He's just rebuilding one, and Ryung really just needs to defend here, and he'll be fine. It's not going to be an easy defense with all these Disruptors and High Templar. He's got to play it very safe from this point on, but time really is on his side at this point.
Yeah, EMP is getting tossed down. Siege Tank's getting hits off. And again, every time herO comes in here, he's like, I don't like the angle. I don't feel comfortable going in there. It's a little bit too narrow. It's not fantastic. So he's pulling back. He doesn't want to overextend and die.
Great repositioning by Ryung in time before herO hits on in again. Disruptors do get some connections, but nothing too major. Ryung going for a move out with 3 medivacs full. That's a lot of his army to commit, but if he can pull it off... Oh, great move by herO towards the top right. Picking off that command center like it's nothing.
Because it is. It is truly nothing.
And yeah, as time goes on, herO will rebuild his economy so that he can play this game out longer, but that was excellently done by him, actually. Just picking off that base, putting a little bit of pressure on Ryung, bought himself time.
Yeah, Phoenix continuing to get scouting off, continuing to shark around and see what's going on out there. Nothing too important to see. Again, yeah, engagement in the middle here. Obviously, herO's got the numbers. Disruptor's taking out a Widow Mine. Always nice.
Oh, herO's actually going to go for it. Ryung's pulling back the rest of his army. This is potentially a big commit from the Protoss player. EMP's hit a lot of that army now. Disruptors are going on out. No major Nova connections. There's a few more going on out. This is ridiculous, the attack on in. Another Disruptor's going to go down, but that Terran Bio army really was thinned out. The Psy Storms did a lot of work, and Ryung has got to pull back, and that was a great fight by herO. Look at all those Archons, by the way, Falcon.
I know! I buried the Archon to start this game, and herO's like, oh, yeah?
Base towards the top left. Being floated. If these SCVs get killed off, that'd be a huge blow for Ryung, seeing as how there's like a billion of them there.
Bit of an overworked position there. It's all good.
Okay, in comes herO. He sees opportunity, and Ryung's actually going to pull back, but he's not pulling the SCVs back. Make them go away.
Okay. Here, we'll sit in this liberator circle of safety.
The safety circle.
Yeah.
Nothing can touch us if we're in the circle.
He's got Storm, Archons, Disruptors, and Colossus. He's got all of the splash damage known to Protoss here.
Yeah, not a fun army for the Terran to play against. That being said, herO does need really good control to make this work. If he eats a few EMPs and is caught out of position for a second, he can just die. But yeah, he's up on supply by a little bit. Ryung's not quite maxed out. herO is. He's got a bank behind this. Ryung's got to take a beautiful fight here. Where's the EMPs? He's diving on in, but every time Ryung goes on in, herO just pulls on out. This base that was oh so critical is being worked on. SCVs are dying en masse, but this could be this position that Ryung needs to win this game. herO's in trouble here. Potentially Disruptors going out, but they get picked off, all of them. No big Disruptor connections landing there, but then there's also not a lot of EMP to deal with these Archons.
Oh my gosh. Ryung. He's doing it again. He's crushing the entire army of herO here. Every one of the Archons die. All the Disruptors, all of the Colossus die. The Phoenix are like, hey guys. Hey, all the Phoenix died too, and it's 68 to 49 army supply. Top right base being taken by herO. That's oh my gosh, walking into the storm is going to be a bad time for anyone. I don't care who you are, and army value is back even. It's just herO has the better economy. He's taking that top right. He's expanding bottom left. Ryung needs to start killing some bases, or he's going to have to tap out.
Yeah, the problem is his supply is so like his bio supply's health is so low. Like, he is stimmed into oblivion, basically. SCVs need to get inside the safety circle. Ryung so slowly healing up his army with the medivacs.
It's 2 Colossus, an Archon, and 2 Disruptors. I guess there are 2 High Templar in the mix, too. Do they have enough energy for Storm is the question.
I mean, as long as they so much as clip this army with how stimmed it is, it's just going to be disastrous. Yeah, I think herO's done it. Ryung put up a good fight. That last fight was a good one, but in the end, herO just had too much of an economy to recover. Ryung eats a Disruptor shot, eats a Psy Storm, another one. GG, herO. Woo! As expected, takes it, but boy did Ryung put up a fight.